Okay. This time, I remembered I remember to start my lights, and yet I'm still screwing up on TikTok Live Studio. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, I'm added a new thing here. I'm adjusting, making some changes. Okay. Okay. We're getting places. They're not far, and they're not good, but we're getting places. They're generally places. They exist on a map. You can find them in a dictionary. You can find them in ways. They exist. Not saying anything other than that. Not saying that they're good places. Not saying that they're bad places. Actually, yeah, I'm saying they're bad places. Fuck it. I'm saying it. I went there, and you can't stop me. I went there. They're bad places. You don't want to be caught there by yourself. Okay, that's... Oh my god. My UI is all fucked up. Oh my god. Is this not going to work? Seriously? Oh my god. Okay, let's just do this. A little bit of this. Yep, a little bit of that. Right? Okay, good, great. Making progress. Okay, cool. And then we're going to do this. Excellent. Excellent UI maxing, gentlemen. Leela Vati Devi, welcome. William Seller, Neuromancer, welcome. Excellent chat, people. I really... See, the thing is, the chats for Facebook and Instagram I can't access via OBS. So I like have to drag and drop them and keep them in a little box down at the bottom, which is not easy. And then I also have to do the same thing with TikTok Live. So I can't shrink this any lower. Oh my god, people. Oh my god. Oh my tarnation. That's fine. That's fine. Moving right along. So Khanna, of course, has been a big advocate for taxing the rich. Now he's being targeted by Elon Musk. Oh, speaking of Elon Musk, a pedophile, Ethan Lures. First MAGA pedophile in my chat. His name literally has lures in his name, and he's calling me gay. Well, you're a child rapist, so you got that going for you, and hopefully a long jail sentence in your future. So Elon Musk is having a full-on mega pedo meltdown, and he's now trying to say he's going to sue Khanna for defamation, which will be fucking hilarious because that would basically open up Elon Musk to all of questions about the Epstein files. Katie Ponky, welcome. So let's see what Khanna, and I kind of read the transcript of this, but it doesn't seem to be a very good defense. And even Khanna, someone who's pretty forward-thinking, who's pretty quick on his feet, seems to have a really piss-poor way of defending himself here. But let's just watch it, see what he do.
I also, though, want to mention Musk now seems to be accusing you of insider trading. Are you concerned about this, and what do you say to his allegation?
Oh, that's a total lie. It's been debunked by all of the people who've looked at it. My wife has premarital assets in a trust. I've been leading the charge to get stock trading banned in the Congress. I'm a co-author of the Trust Act that would require all members to actually have their assets in a trust. And all the independent ethics
but the issue of maybe a blind trust?
Well, it's a diversified trust. It is widely diversified, and neither I or my family members know of the trades, and it complies with the Trust Act. It's exactly what the Trust Act requires. And this is not me. This is what all of the independent ethics observers have said.
So he's playing defense already, and this is what the Democrats constantly do. They always, always, always go on defense, which is dumb. You've got Elon Musk, who's in the Epstein files, begging Epstein to take him to the island at 6 a.m. on Christmas Day rather than spend it with his fucking family. And then you've got Trump, of course, being in the Epstein files a million times. And you've got Elon Musk, who is just an absolute leech on government handouts. And Trump, of course, getting all of these somehow massively payoff trades that like just happened to coincide a few hours or maybe the day before or a few days before he makes some big policy announcement that, well, what do you know? Looks like the price of the stock for this company is going to go up. That's so crazy. And so now Elon Musk is trying to accuse Ro Khanna of insider trading. It's the dumbest thing possible that anyone can do. And here, it's actually a good opportunity for the Democrats to go on offense, to talk about Trump and the Trump family enriching themselves. Jared Kushner right now is trying to raise $5 billion from the Saudis. Hey, MAGA, I thought you guys hate those folks. I thought you guys didn't want government controlled by those Saudis, by those people in the Middle East. Didn't we bomb them in Iraq? Didn't we take them out when we took out Osama? Yeah. Now they're out here, and Jared Kushner is raising money for them. So this would be an opportunity for the Democrats to go on offense, and yet Ro Khanna, because he's a liberal, goes on the defense. YTPLV says, do you like Trump? Gee, dude, I don't know. I'm talking shit about him. You tell me. YouTube posts a bunch of puke memes. Yeah, I know. The thought of Elon Musk wanting to rape children on Epstein's Island is pretty gross. I agree. Hi, don't know what to do with him, says gang, what is this? You don't even know what to do with your name, so that's not surprising. Oh God, Jeffrey Tucker is quoting. Are you quoting the Bible, bruh? What is this? What the hell is that weird shit? The chat on YouTube remains unhinged and weird. Okay, so with Elon Musk trying to go on the offense, this is what this all started with is Ro Khanna. Obviously, the taxing of the rich has pushed Elon Musk against him for a while, which is funny because there's tweets. There's like 3 tweets from Elon Musk, 1 in 2022, 2 in 2024, all praising Ro Khanna. But now, suddenly, he's against him because he's calling for taxing the rich. So this is the academic study that the world's richest man is threatening to sue Ro Khanna over, which is what Ro Khanna was talking about, shows that what Musk did to U.S. aid could lead to 14 million additional deaths, including 4.5 million children under 5. The pro-life party, pro-family party in action. What a surprise. It's like, what's his name? Oh, my God. George Carlin always said, if you're preschool, if you're preborn, you're fine. If you're preschool, you're fucked. Literally, because the Republican is the pedo party. Michael Clancy asks if I am a sausage jockey. I don't know. Are you a pedophile? Since you're a Republican, evidence is that you are. Poor Gamer says, hey, I am unhinged and weird too. Oh, we got one. He's back. You know how friggin' weird you MAGA pedophiles are for coming into my chat every single time I do a live stream? This is how I know you have no lives. This is how I know you're not fucking bitches. And this is how I know you are broke as fuck and not making money because you're in my chat crying about my commentary. Brian says, I always lead with positives about someone. I think Trump... Stop chatting! I can't see it if you're all spamming it. I think Trump throwing 18 billion loans at nuclear development is a good idea. Of just about everything else sucks, though. I mean, Brian, are you familiar with the downsides of nuclear energy? I'm not saying one way or another, but to say that a guy who can't even clean the reflecting pool is going to handle nuclear energy fine, you might want to rethink that one. Dutton Outdoors says, gay. What are you talking about, pedos? Yeah, because Trump is a pedophile in the Epstein files a million times. Are you not going to talk about that, Dutton? No, of course not. You're just going to crash out in my chat. You guys always come in here and none of you ever talk about Trump being a pedophile. All right, Jeffrey Tucker, if you're just going to quote weird religious shit that I can't even tell, I'm going to put you on timeout too. Trump has... Trump has big ruby red ass cheeks and he sucks and stinks. Lie for LLZ. Okay, brother. That's a take. I'm not saying you're wrong one way or another, but that's I don't even want to picture that, dude. Dutton Outdoors. So you're saying we don't get girls, do you? I get girls way more than you fucking do. Actually, no. I want to take that back. I don't get girls. I get women. I leave the girls to you because you're the pedophiles. Hector says, Trump 2028! Yeah, okay, dude. If you even live that long. You guys won't take fucking vaccines. You won't take basic life-saving medication. And now you're using fucking... You're killing ducks in the reflecting pool, and RFK Jr. is swimming in literal sewage shit. Okay, I don't even care about Trump 2028. You ain't even gonna make it that far, my guy. Oh my God, you guys are off hinge today. I can't even keep up. Trump is a genius. Yes, Trump is a genius. The guy who paid $14 million to fix the reflecting pool just to have it get algae filled again is a genius. You heard it here, folks. The guy who has to hide the Epstein files because he's in it more than anybody else is a genius. Trump is a genius, everybody. You heard it here first. Name. STEB9518 is talking about some trans person who was arrested on pedophilia, exploitation of minors. I'm so glad you're talking about STBB. So let's have a debate right now since you're here. So you're against pedophiles, right? So you can admit that Trump being in the Epstein files more than anyone else, he probably should be arrested too, right? I mean, that's your standard. That's the standard you're talking about it. Trump is deaf's a pedo and so is Netanyahu. No arguments there, dude. That's 100% accurate. Every single place you go. Kitty Lifestyle. I normally, look, you know that I normally only do this for the MAGA pedophiles, but this is for you because you've been a longtime fan and I always appreciate you coming in here. Kitty Lifestyle's in the chat with the kitty emojis. Every time they say 2028, they're actively saying they want to abolish the Constitution and democratic elections. It's a cult. Yeah! Yeah, it's literally a cult. I mean, did you see that Jubilee debate where they're like talking about, yeah, they would absolutely let Trump rape them. It's insane. Do you think that the animal on Trump's head goes bump in the night? Wait. Hold on. Wait a second. Wait. Do you mean this animal? Hang on. Do you mean this animal? I got my Trump wig. I was doing a Trump sketch earlier today. This one? Hang on. Wait. I don't know if it's going to fit with my headset. Hold on. Let me see. I look like fucking Alexander Hamilton. I look like a blonde Elvis. I need to comb this, and I can't see. The camera's in reverse. I want to say a few things. I want to say the chat is great right now. Great people in the chat, great people. Couple freaks, couple creepy people quoting the Bible. The only thing that I know about the Bible is 2 Corinthians. Have to remember 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians, better than 1. Always better than 1 because we want 2. We want 2. I always want 2 women. Also, preferably, I like 2 girls because I'm Trump. Trump likes 2 girls, preferably on Epstein's plane. Preferably in Epstein's mansion, preferably in my mansion. I'll take 2 girls anywhere I can go. Should I wear this the rest of the fucking... rest of the fucking stream? Yep, I agree, and the rest are all on the flight list 100%. Kitty Lifestyles, LY4LLZ, thank you all for the emojis. Mr. Rad says, I think it's great Carmelo is celebrating Pride Month in prison. Hey, Mr. Rads, I'm so glad that Charlie Kirk is celebrating 1 year free of being a racist. Get it? Because he's dead. Thank you, LY. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it fits. Oh, my God. The chat is popping off. Okay, first of all, if you're in the chat, Kitty Lifestyle, LY4LLZ, please make sure to sub if you haven't already. Asian Fitness Motivation, welcome. Does that... oh, my God, it's loose. Does that thing have all its shots? They don't have a very pro-vaccine policy when it comes to the Trump hair, so no shots. He's a racist asshole and only wins because he appeals to the idiot Bogans. That's correct. Oh, we got another MAGA pedophile. One of my people, Trimsky, is back. Trimsky is having another crash out. Another MAGA pedophile bites the dust. He's mad. He comes in here every day. He can't talk about anything else but me. I live in his head rent-free people, and I tell you, there's so much space. That head is so empty. It's Rick Chow Appreciation Week. I don't know what that means. I agree that all the people listed in the Epstein files and flight logs should be jailed. Can't take any chances. Great, S to B. We agree. Trump should be in jail. Ooh. We've got one of my own people, a person after my own heart comes in here talking about trans people, but then he talks about how I should be in jail. I should be in jail because I'm in the Epstein flight logs. I'm in the Epstein files. Okay. All right, chat. You need to chill. I got to actually catch up with shit. I got to get caught up on... I'm trying to do a stream here, people. Jesus. Research finds more than 14 million preventable deaths by 2030 if U.S. aid defunding continues, including more than 4 million children under 5. Keep in mind, this is the party that, well, they say they love kids, and they literally do, too. Too much, and that's kind of the problem. All right, this thing is actually scratchy. Hold on. Oh, scratchy and itchy. Jesus, I don't know how Trump wears that wig every day to cover his bald, non-propecia wearing face. Or head, I guess. So, this is what triggers the MAGA pedophile party so much that Elon Musk is willing to sue for defamation. Again, he never will. He won't actually do it. It's just a fear tactic. It's just scaremongering. It's just posturing. This is what Trump has done every single time. He's threatened to sue over the Epstein files, but we know he's not going to do that because that would actually expose all the children rape that he did. Oh, my God. Calm the fuck down, chat. It is popping off. I don't know who Rick Chow is. I agree that all the... Oh, no, the pedo protectors are here. At least the kids are safe in the meantime. You got that right, kitty. Like I've always said, it is better that the MAGA pedophiles spend their time coming into my chat than coming on little kids. Got him. Roasted. What happened to the dumbass wall Trump was building to keep people out? It never got finished. It was his typical ADD self. He was like, I like this wall. Ooh, a ball, a ball. Squirrel, squirrel. I see. Trump has like dog squirrel energy, you know? He'll be talking about something he doesn't understand. It's like nuclear energy, nuclear. Some people say it's nuclear. I pronounce it nuclear. I sometimes pronounce it nuclear. But then, oh, squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. That's how he is. Stop it. You're making me laugh so hard. I'm floating out. Can't breathe. LOL. Hey, Mr. Rads, I hope that you actually just have a neck hole explosion instead of not being able to breathe. Actually, that would increase your ability to not breathe. You should try that, Mr. Edge. Go in public. Go someplace where guns are everywhere, probably a Republican pedophile state, and see what happens. Just see. Alex Tillum, what did I just drop into? Oh, just the usual MAGA pedophiles crashing out of my chat. You know you will dance at that ballroom when it's finished. Trump won't be in office when it's done. I don't even care. I want it to be gone. Personally, I don't want it. The first thing a Democrat should do is just tear down everything that Trump built. Deb, welcome to the chat. It's fucking nuts today. So this triggered Katie Miller's vampire familiar instincts to kick in. Roe is the #1 stock trader in Congress. Last year, he reported 4,300 trades with 59 million in total trade volume, so that's most likely bullshit. He also recently purchased a $9.5 million home in the D.C. area. Wow, it's kind of crazy that he has a married wife who's richer than him. So Trump's 3,711 trades point to multiple stock market strategies. Trump misses deadline to disclose tens of millions of dollars in stock trades. This is what the Republican pedophile party does, like Katie Miller. They always go on offense, and they're so good at it, honestly. And this is why the Democrats kind of fucking suck, because they're never on offense. They're always playing defense. So while Katie Miller is pointing out this bullshit, she's enriching herself right now. Literally, I shit you not, they're having a fucking pool party of $100 bills in the Oval Office. That's what these people are doing. And the Trump pedo family has gained like damn near $1 billion since being in office. The whole point of being in office is so that you don't enrich yourself and you can focus on what the country needs, which is, of course, the exact opposite of what Republicans do and Republican ideology, because they are inherently selfish. Oh, my God, this chat is popping off. Just because I hate Democrats doesn't mean I'm MAGA. I also hate Democrats. No, I do hate Democrats. I hate liberals most of all. But I hate MAGA more because MAGA are actual pedophiles. There's a difference between hating MAGA, who are just a gang of the worst, most awful, evil people that do terrible, horrible shit, and there's a difference between hating the Democrats because they're weak, feckless losers who don't put up a fight. There's a big difference. The White House has been demolished a couple times in the past. We are past due. Glitter and gold is not a salvation. What in the fuck is that take? If the White House has been demolished a couple of times in the past, then you should follow the regulations so that you don't have the kind of shit that you're having with the reflecting pool. Hello, McFly? There is nothing on the files for Trump. You are all delusional. Port Royal, we got one. We got another triggered mega pedophile. Oh, he's mad. See, I tell you, you just talk facts to these pedophiles like Port Royal because Trump has mentioned more than anyone else in the Epstein files. He's in there. He's mentioned more time in the Epstein files than Harry Potter is in all of the Harry Potter books. But you guys can't handle that because you hitched your wagon to a pedophile, and rather being a man, rather being an adult, and admitting you fucked up and changing your ways, you guys doubled down. But you, personally, I think you doubled down because you're actually a pedophile. Ding9916 says, ever smoked crack? Have you ever voted for a pedophile? Because you're a Trump supporter, so that's a yes. First fascist, now pedos, what will be next? Port Royal, we will always describe you exactly as the losers that you are. I don't believe Michael Jackson was a pedophile, but I still wouldn't allow my kids to hang out with him. I'm on the fence about Michael Jackson. There's some stuff about him that's weird. There's also some stuff, you know, that the victims did that's like, yeah, I don't know about that. Kitty Lifestyle. Oh no, more mega pedo protectors. Yeah, I know. They're just having an absolute crash out right now. I can't even. I'm so behind on what I wanted to cover. So Elon Musk has suffered the biggest ever loss of personal wealth after a dramatic fall in the value of SpaceX. So I saw this and I was kind of curious what the. Oh, do I have to subscribe? Well, I can't. Is there a summation of it? Let's see. No, there's not even a summation. Well, here's a summation. They lost more than $1 trillion in market cap since hitting a valuation of $3 trillion last week, which I wanted to know why, but I can't find a commentary or a story with it that's not behind a paywall. But a $1 trillion loss is huge. So I don't know if it's just a typical pump and dump scheme that Trump himself is a literal one-pump chump. Just ask any of his ex-wives and the daughter Ivanka that he raped. But I don't know what caused the drop. One would think it'd be pretty big, but because there's so much criminality and insider trading, it could literally be anything. Oh my God, the chat is insane. Michelin Gain says Michael Jackson was not a pedo. I have no take one way or the other. I've seen some stuff for both sides. I haven't made up my mind. We kind of have bigger shit to worry about than a dead pop singer who's been dead for years. Oh my God, we got another Jesus freak. Jesus Christ as Lord says, hi, are you seeking for the truth? Are you? Because if you're looking for it in the Bible, you won't find it. MJ was probably made it to the island. I haven't seen any evidence to that. Russell Dufresne 6614 says, why are you gay? Why are you gay? I'm gay because I'm happy. I'm happy trolling mega pedophiles like you and pissing you off. Necris9, news pay site gross. I mean, they got to make their money. I get it. I'm not hating on it. It's just, it's the Guardian. Was it the Guardian or the Telegraph? I think it was actually the Telegraph. Yeah, it's the Telegraph, which is kind of borderline fake news. So that's an oversimplification, but they have some problem with their reporting. Oh, we got another one. Adam Weinberger is triggered. Adam Weinberger says Biden and Democrats are pedophiles. Okay, Adam, what is your evidence? Let's go into this, Adam. What is your evidence that Biden and the Democrats are all pedophiles? Tell me. Let's go into this, buddy. Chapstitch says, you are my favorite lesbian. Wow, so you guys really ask what is a woman because you don't know. Sunny Side Up says MJ was on the island. I don't know. I haven't seen evidence. Jesus saved my life last year. Cool. Okay. Well, he's not going to save you from eating this mute. Because you're fucking annoying, and I can't keep up with this shit. Will Trump ever be held accountable for his criminal actions, or will the Dems be cowards as well? George Erickson, you ask the question of the millennium, good sir. I don't know. I don't have an answer on that. Your guess is as good as mine. You don't have little kids over for a sleepover and have them sleep in your bed. Yeah, Kitty, that was weird. My understanding is that it was a sleepover with his kids. MJ's kids were there, so his friends brought kids, and then the kids supposedly got scared, went into his bed. It's weird. It's weird. Could absolutely be grooming shit. I don't know. I haven't read the court testimony. I don't have an opinion, but it's fucking creepy. You should never fucking do that, in my opinion. Epic Handle Name says, came back from the doc office. I have high cholesterol. Why is everything that tastes good bad for you? Because the world sucks, brother. The world just sucks. Sunny Side Up says, shut up. Shut up about what? What about the Democrats being held accountable for their crimes? Are you talking about? Oh wait, your name is an actual R slur. Yeah, you're just a pedophile. So bye bye. You can sit in timeout in the dunce chair. Okay, good. The MAGA pedophile y'all are R slur is in timeout because he's been a bad little pedophile, and the timeout that I have on YouTube chat is the closest thing I have to sending him a jail sentence for child rape. So, on the topic of... Oh, fuck. Is this paywalled too? Fuck me, bro. So, the Prairieland 7. Another one projecting. Yeah, you got that right. Adam Weinberger. So, Adam Weinberger is calling me a pedophile. Okay, so you couldn't say that... You couldn't say why you think Biden or Democrats are pedophiles. You couldn't say... So, you just turned to saying me, I'm a pedophile. And then you also can't talk about Trump being in the Epstein files a million times. Guess who's not in the Epstein files, Adam? This guy. Guess who is? Your pedophile molester in chief. So why is it, Adam Weinberger, 6816, that you think the Bidens, the Democrats, and me are all pedophiles, but the guy who's mentioned in there more time than Jesus is in the Bible is not a pedophile? Go ahead, Adam. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Nee, 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 ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 doong, doong. Epic Handle says the people with pedos constantly on their mind are super sus. Yeah, so this Brendan guy, this Calypso B for breakfast guy, they're all MAGA pedophiles because they can't think of anything else because child rape is the only thing on their mind. There was actually a study on this that literally Republicans all think about about raping children. It's a constant thing. They talk about it. It's in their Nazi Telegram chats. It's in their discords. And then, of course, that's why Republicans are always getting arrested for raping children. Sunny Side Up, I have no idea what you're saying, but you are on your way to a mute as well. So you'll notice I challenged Adam right here to defend himself. Why does he think everyone else is a pedophile but not Trump? And you know what he did? He left. He left the chat. Just like all these MAGA pedophiles always do. Because they never actually have answers. They never actually want to talk about the facts. Because the truth is, their feelings can't handle the facts, and facts don't care about their feelings. Oh my God, people are fucking insane today. What is in the water today? It's a fucking Tuesday, and you guys have the energy of a fucking grinder group chat when the RNC is in town. I cannot even keep up with this. Fantine40 says LGBT is as bad as MAGA, two sides of the same coin, intolerance. Fantine, is that why Trump is in the Epstein files more than anyone else? See, you guys always say this shit. You come in here running your fucking bullshit. Well, I guess you're actually just running your fucking typey little keys, and you can't say anything. Yeah, Calypso, you have nothing, dude. You just call me a douchebag, and you can't provide any evidence because your molester-in-chief is a pedophile. Your molester-in-chief is a pedophile, Donald Trump, and you have nothing. You can't say anything. Jay Roman, same thing. You guys have absolutely fucking nothing. You're just a bunch of triggered little MAGA pedophile snowflakes. Damn Yankee 7588 says there's no proof of Trump being a pedophile. There's literally a lawsuit where a woman sued for Trump raping her when she was a little girl with Epstein. There's another woman who has told the story about how she had to bite Trump on the dick because he tried to force her to give her a blowjob when she was a little girl. You guys have nothing. You can't handle the fucking truth. Okay, I need to start muting these MAGA pedophiles because this is just, I can't keep up and I actually have shit to do. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to... Bill Clinton was mentioned in the Epstein files. Mark Mars 2112, I'm glad you said that because you know who else is mentioned in the Epstein files? Donald Trump. So your standard is that Bill Clinton is in the Epstein files, so therefore he's a pedophile. So therefore, Mark, by your own standards, Trump is a pedophile too, right? Right, Mark? Right, Mark? Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files a lot because he was colluding with the FBI to take down Epstein. Oh, the cope! We have a winner, hardright_V. You are the champion of cope today. Congratulations. Holy shit. If he was a witness for the FBI, if he was colluding with the FBI, why did he give no interviews? Why did he give no statements? Why did he provide no evidence? Why was he accused of molesting children the same way that Epstein was? Kind of weird, Hardright. Almost like you're full of shit. Do you think the DOJ are investigating the sex crimes coming from the church? No, absolutely not. The church has a hall pass as far as the DOJ is concerned. Okay, sick puppy, you're a pedophile supporter. I don't trust you. You're out of the chat. That is your standard. Oh, Mark, that's my standard. No, I'm going by your standard. You're saying that Epstein. You're saying that because Clinton is mentioned in the Epstein files, he's a pedophile. What's the standard? What's your standard? Because that is your standard. I'm going by your standard. Tavi Bukemli says, what about the gay dads that raped an 18-month-old boy to death in the UK, you fucking imbecile? What about Trump trying to molest a child and force her to give a blowjob when she was a child? What about that, Tavi? You don't want to talk about that. See, I can condemn that. All pedophiles should be charged and tried and investigated. But you can't say the same about Donald Trump, who's a pedophile. Can you say the same thing about Prince Andrew? Right? He's got Epstein accusations. Oh my God, these people are fucking insane today. I'm not going to get to any of my conversation today. James Smith says, you're just a rage baiter, just name calling isn't information. Yeah, the whole stuff where I've been quoting the Epstein files and quoting facts and evidence, yeah, definitely not information, buddy. Okay, sure. Oh my God, I'm not going to get to any of my fucking stuff today. Clinton also gave sworn testimony to congressional leaders. Yes, Kitty Lifestyle. That is a very key fact because the same MAGA pedophiles in my chat, like Mark Mars 2112 and James Smith, none of them want to see Trump go before Congress. None of them want to see Trump give answers. They were too chicken shit to even have him sit down with Robert Mueller, the old windbag grandfather clock that needed repairs. They wouldn't let him sit down in front of that guy. Do you think they want him to sit down in front of AOC? No fucking way. Then you should be charged and tried because of your support for the flag. Oh, another MAGA pedophile. George Afrobeats channel. Welcome. Welcome, MAGA pedophile. Welcome to your fucking roast. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files more than anybody else, and you're triggered over a fucking flag. That's because you're a pedophile. Boom, roasted. Kevin French says AOC is a shithead. Yeah, and you're a fucking pedophile. So there's that. All right, I just got to mute these people because I'm not going to get to any. I'm not MAGA, dumbass. I just come in here say the same thing that Donald Trump say. I just say all the stuff that Donald Trump tell me to say because I'm a good little parent, but I'm not MAGA. Yeah, okay, gospel. Okay, dude. Freshman 1994 says you're happy. No, sir. I'm gay. We are not going to rest about Epstein pedo shit for the sake of morality and justice for the kids. You're damn right, Kitty Lifestyle. He started a war to distract from those files. Epic handle name. You hit it on the head, brother. The entire Iran war has been nothing but a distraction. Everything since has simply been a distraction from the Epstein files. Okay. All right, so the gist of the Prairie Land 7 is that they were moving Zines. Zines, signal chat, jail support, all things the government is using as examples of Antifa materials and domestic terrorism. So Zines are basically just pamphlets. You know, talking about your organization, talking about your actions, be here at this time, get in touch with us this way, this how. So the MAGA pedophile regime has now charged the Prairie Land 7, because they're claiming that they are terrorism when all they did is provide support for people who were arrested at protests like No Kings and elsewhere, and in support of Palestine, arrested at the encampments, etc., etc. One of the Prairieland defendants wasn't even at the demonstration, but is facing charges for removing people from a signal chat. Pay attention to Prairieland because this is how they will come for all of us. So this is a very big wake-up moment, and it's important that if you're on jury duty, Google jury nullification. If you are on a jury and you are dealing with a case like the Prairieland 7, you have a moral obligation to look up jury nullification because all of this shit is horse shit. They're literally passing out fucking pamphlets and they're being charged with terrorism. It's absolute shit. Meanwhile, the January 6th terrorists have all gone on to rape more children. They've gone on to beat their wives. They've gone on to steal more shit. And they're still getting treated with fucking kid gloves. Literally, because they're child rapists. He started, yes, kitty lifestyle, 100%. If your evidence for a claim is that a few people in a group committed crimes, by that logic, every political party, profession, religion, and demographic on earth is guilty of everything. Mark Mars, the difference is that the Republicans have a higher instance of being child rapists. Nazis have a higher instance of being child rapists. Because the simple fact is, when your ideology is based around being the most awful fucking people imaginable and welcoming those awful fucking people, you're going to eventually get pedophiles. That's just what's happening to the Republican Party, and Trump, being the molester-in-chief, made that okay. He literally took the mask off and said, everybody, I'm here. I'm a child rapist. I'm a pedophile. I'm a racist. But you know what? You're safe in my party, in my arms. You can come here in my arms. Do you have children? Do you have children? You have children? Great. Can you bring them over tonight at 9? That's Donald Trump. Mark Morris claims with no proof. Brother, how long have you been in this chat? I've been quoting the Epstein files. I've been quoting lawsuits. I've been quoting news articles over and over and over. And you know what? I haven't even gotten to... Fucking, where is it? I haven't even gotten to this shit, Mark. But sure, this is no proof, right? Mark, are you going to say this is no proof? See, this is why I mute you guys. Because you can't handle the facts. You can't handle the truth! These are facts. Freshman says, do you spend a lot of time at home? Yes, absolutely. I never leave my house. As you can see, I don't shower. I don't do my hair. I never even change my shirt. I have worn this shirt 5 days in a row. That's absolutely what's happening here, Freshman. So, Mark Mars, this is why I mute you guys, because you guys don't talk facts. Your claim is... Your claim was Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. We have next level cope, ladies and gentlemen. Next level cope, where he's trying to say that Donald Trump is not in the Epstein files. Again, Mark, this is why I mute you guys. Because you don't have anything to contribute. You can't talk the facts. You're just a bunch of triggered little snowflakes and pedophile supporters. And I have bigger shit to deal with than listening to you cope and seethe. Oh, 5150 Boomer calls me gay. Oh, guys. Kitty, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been called gay. I'm called gay. Epic handle name, can you help me? I'm being called gay. Oh, I can feel the straightness leaving my body. Oh my god, I can just feel myself being fantastic now. I've been called gay and I feel great, baby. Imagine being so triggered at a flag that your only contribution to the commentary is to say gay and spell it wrong. They connect disparate data to form conspiracies, but somehow the guy in the Epstein files who ran an underage pageant is clean. Oh my god, that's the other thing. Thank you, Epic Candle. Yes, he ran an underage beauty pageant where he literally said he enjoyed going into them specifically because he could see them nude. Deb River says the people who speak the loudest against the LGBTQ flag are the most closeted. Oh, 100%. I've seen this over and over where stories of these MAGA pedophiles who get arrested have all the anti-LGBTQ stuff in their Facebook, on their Twitter, and then they get arrested for actual child rape. His name is mentioned more times in the files than God is in the Bible. Exactly. Where's my fainting? What? Fainting chase? What's a fainting chase? Is that like one of those girdles? What is that? Okay, I'm going to try to get back on topic here. I think I muted most of the MAGA pedophiles, so maybe we can actually have a conversation here. Now that the creeps are shut the fuck up. So the Prairieland model is in motion. Inflate anti-ICE protests into a terrorism narrative, then use courts to punish people for being part of a movement. This is so... Oh, another MAGA pedophile is in here. Whiskey Fiend. Whiskey Fiend, another one of these MAGA snowflakes that comes back every single day I have a chat because, let's face it, they don't have friends, a life, or a job, so they have to come in here. Welcome back, Whiskey Fiend. I see you still haven't found a friend. I still see you still haven't touched grass. But here's one constant for you, Whiskey Fiend. You and Trump are still both pedophiles. Good for you, buddy. I mean, not good for you. I hope you find a way to not be on this earth anymore. But you know what I mean, metaphorically. So the Perlin model is in motion. Inflate anti-ICE protests into a terrorism narrative, then use the courts to punish people for being a part of the movement. Perlin defendants receive unusually harsh sentences in trial that featured mountains of flimsy evidence, a judge who tipped the scales. This is crucial, by the way, because the judge frequently would deny evidence being allowed by the defense, but would allow the most bullshit accusations by the prosecution. And the apparent withholding of key information and evidence by law enforcement, including the FBI. Ah, my nose. Zachary Evans, Autumn Hill, Savannah Batten, Elizabeth Soto, and Megan Morris were sentenced to 50 years in prison. Marcela Rueda, another demonstrator, was sentenced to 70 years in prison. Benjamin Song, who fired the gun at the police officer, was sentenced to 100 years in prison. The sentences handed down on Tuesday were unusually long, said Barbara McQuaid, a former federal prosecutor who served as the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Michigan during the Biden administration. Oh, so she's saying that. Okay. Most often, judges will sentence defendants for separate counts concurrently. Here, it appears that the judge stacked the sentences for each count consecutively. I would have expected lengthy sentences here, more in the ballpark at 15 to 25 years, but nothing like 50 to 100 years, she wrote in an email. Now, this can obviously be appealed, and it should be appealed and hopefully be successful. But this judge, which is Reed O'Connor, is the same judge who has been a complete and total disaster on the bench. He's been nothing but an activist judge his entire time, and he needs to be removed and impeached. But it's Texas, where they allow pedophilia to run rampant because, church. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. But he should 100% be investigated for his horrible, horrible decision-making here. Let's see. Those long chairs that are kind of like a fancy couch. Oh, yeah. They almost look like a therapist sofa. I know the ones you're talking about, Necris. Let's see. Timu Destiny says term 1. I don't like Destiny, so that's a weird conflation to make, especially because Sex Pestiny has a hell of a lot of accusations, and the person that's in the Epstein file is Trump and not me. But term 1, I applaud your cope. I applaud your cope. Was a judge appointed by Trump? I believe so. I don't know for certain, but I believe so. Why is Ghislaine the only pedo in federal prison at a country club facility for white-collar criminals? Because she has the goods on Trump. She knows where the bodies are literally buried, not figuratively, and so he has to keep her happy, otherwise she'll spill the beans. The Perlin sentences are more than several times higher than the ELF during the Green Scare. They outrun essentially any other crime apart from premeditated murder. Purely political. I don't see this as the end the way this is going. Again, if you are on a jury, you have every obligation and a moral requirement to look up jury nullification and weigh the facts if this is something that should be nullified, because they need a unanimous conviction. So I didn't know what the ELF and the Green Scare were, so I know this is Wikipedia, but just go with it for the moment. The Earth Liberation Front, also known as ELVs or the ELVs, is the collective name for autonomous individuals or covert cells who, according to the ELF press office, use economic sabotage and guerrilla warfare to stop the exploitation and destruction of the environment. So if you've seen some of the stuff that's been happening in England and overseas, there has been some people that have been sabotaging Elbit systems, and other arms manufacturers, and there's a push on the left, and, well, not really the left, but from liberals and centrists to disown that, and I absolutely will not condemn these people for their actions, because they are trying to stop a war machine genociding children. They're trying to stop a war machine that rapes children in Gaza and elsewhere overseas. If you think that because they sabotage a fucking factory line, they locked a door so people can't come in. No, the problem is the bombs that are murdering children, committing a genocide, and the Israeli government raping those children in those cities. No, I'm not going to condemn that shit. Fuck it. Like, what is bigger in the scale of problems? Throwing a monkey wrench into a fucking car? Or bombing a tent with pregnant women? Fuck that. I'm not going to condemn this shit. Stick B30 says, do you ever talk about Muslims that like young boys and goats, or is it just Christians? I talk mostly about the Republican pedo party because, you know, they're the ones in power, not Muslims. Funny how you don't want to talk about that. What do you got to hide? What do you got to hide, buddy? Stick B30, what do you got to hide, huh? Do you have children's skeletons in your closet too? I wish her well, Trump on Ghislaine. God, that's another thing. I keep forgetting, like, he wishes her well, and then, of course, he sends his personal attorney to go down there and talk with her lawyer. Yeah, it's all fucking sus. Textbook, eco-fast, trash people. Bigger Prince, 70.x7. That's funny how you say that and not about actual pedophiles like the Trump regime. So weird, right? Keir Starmer had to resign. He's so unpopular. Thank God. Yeah, he's a prick. Good riddance to him. So the Green Scare is legal action by the U.S. government against the radical environmental movement that occurred mostly in the 2000s. It alludes to the Red Scares, periods of fear over communist infiltration of U.S. society. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. It's just, you know, the reactionary movement getting triggered because people are fighting back against the tyrannical regimes that are raping children and bombing them overseas. And Judge O'Connor has made it very clear that his sentencing has absolutely nothing to do with the evidence or the facts or the charges. It has everything to do with politics. He's delivering long sentences in order to send a message to anyone who shares similar ideologies. He was not the trial judge. He arrived only to sentence. The judge in the California Casey Goonan trial used the same language. This is the reactionary movement taking hold in the courts. And it's an absolute disgrace that the people on the jury for the Prairieland 7 went along with it. But I know they took a shot at a cop. Well, maybe the cop should stop being shitty fucking people. Police are not primarily crime fighters according to the data. They are also rapists and murderers and liars. A new report adds to a growing line of research. When was this? This is in 2022. A new report adds to a growing line of research showing that police departments don't solve serious or violent crimes with any regularity and, in fact, spend very little time on crime control in contrast to popular narratives. This is 100% correct. They've spent a majority of their time policing people and ticketing people and using people as an ATM machine. The report was published on October 25th by advocacy group Catalyst California and the ACLU of Southern California. It relies on county budgets, numbers, and new policing data provided under the state's Racial and Identity Policing Act, which took effect in 2019. The law requires police to report demographic and other basic information about their work, including the duration of a stop and what actions were taken, like ordering someone out of a car. Records provided by the Sheriff's Department of Los Angeles, Sacramento, San Diego, and Riverside showed the same long-standing pattern of racial disparities in police stops throughout the country for decades. What a fucking surprise. Again, they are not using policing as a way to stop crime. Susan 8000, welcome. They're using it explicitly as a way to control people of color. Black people in San Diego are more than twice as likely than white residents to be stopped by sheriff's deputies, for example. More notably, researchers analyzed the data to show how officers spend their time, and the patterns that emerge tell a striking story about how policing actually works. Those rules, too, comport with existing research showing that U.S. police spend much of their time conducting racially biased stops and searches of minority drivers, often without reasonable suspicion, rather than fighting crime. So, this is also why, if the cops want to actually have a good reputation and not have people hate them and not fight back in self-defense, maybe they should stop doing shit like this. NYPD cops in unmarked cars stalked and then surrounded a teen driving an allegedly stolen car. When the teen tried to drive away, a cop jumped onto the car and shot the teen. As cops usually do when they kill someone driving, they claim the teen was trying to drive into the cops. This is why I say abolish the police. This is why I say never talk to the police. This is why I say never trust the police. Because they do shit like this. They're milking our overtime. They're not actually here to solve crimes. The Supreme Court came through today. The Supreme Court is a rogue court that needs to be completely fucking abolished and remade. So I'm never going to... Every single one of the... Judge Thomas should be arrested. Brett Kavanaugh should be arrested. Amy Coney Barrett. What's the other guy? The other fucking white-haired, the guy that looks like Papa from fucking Stranger Things. Gorsuch, Neil Gorsuch, John Roberts. I want every single one of them arrested and tried before a military tribunal for their crimes against America, for taking bribes and siding with corporations over America in violation of the Constitution. Never talk to the cops, even if they're nice. 100% correct. MAGA is a cult. The craziest thing is they know it. I think you're right. I think they do know it. They are in a cult, and it gives them, because the cult that they're in gives them excuse to be terrible, awful people like this. Meet Roy Marsh, 60, of Nicetown, Indiana. Proud Trump supporter and accused child predator. Marsh is taken into custody. He now faces charges of 1 count of child molesting and 5 counts of possession of child sexual abuse material. When you're in a cult, you are able to do the most evil, awful shit, and the cult will support you no matter what. There's MAGA in my chat that don't see anything wrong with this. And they will continue to back this up. And that's why I have said there is no place, there is no future where these MAGA pedophiles and these MAGA pedophile supporters can walk the earth with us and coexist. We just can't. It is fundamentally against, we're fundamentally at odds. They are always going to go out and rape children. They are always going to go out and commit crimes. They're always going to commit voter fraud, try to overthrow the government. They're going to do all these heinous shit, and we can't have them in society. We need to investigate them. We need to try them. We need to lock them up. Santi Todd, because you don't agree with them? No, the Supreme Court is a rogue SCOTUS justice because they don't actually follow the law. They have no sense of jurisprudence, and they take bribes. This is all fucking shit that's been well documented. No, dumbass, they unconditionally will defend it. Yeah, okay, dirty dingus. Oh, my God. Even the MAGA pedophiles that try to roast me have the dumbest fucking... Wait a minute. Dirty Dingus, are you talking about me or these other people? Oh, God, Dirty Dingus, I'm so sorry. I misread your comment. That's my fault. I'm sorry. Priorities. Yes. I'm sorry, Dirty Dingus. I thought you were one of these other people that came in. I'm a moderate, but I swear people just like you with your bullshit is pushing me more right with your lunacy. I try to keep an open mind. My friends are seeing the same as me. Stick B30, I'm glad you waited your time out just to say that. Stick 30's whole commentary is basically like, listen, I'm not a Nazi, but you're making me agree with Nazis. You understand how stupid you sound? GOP, guardians of pedophiles. Absolutely. Because MAGA are soulless creatures who have no empathy. I'm sorry, Dirty Dingus. That's my fault. Honestly, I apologize. I apologize for that. That's a dumb one. It's my fault. The chat is scrolling so fast. That's my fault. I apologize, Dirty Dingus. Okay. So, anyways. So, wait. Did he leave? Stick B30. This is what you support now. So you're saying I'm pushing you right so that you can support pedophiles like this. How about this, Stick? A Republican staffer paid a father to rape his 6-year-old daughter. He has now been arrested on rape and child porn charges. But me talking about this is pushing you to support people like this? Do you see how fucking stupid that is? Do you see how fucking dumb you sound? Do you get it yet? You want to support this because I call you out. I'm a liberal and I agree with President Trump. On what? You agree with him on what? He's a pedophile. The fact that he's a pedophile and you still would agree with him says a lot about you, Santi. And it doesn't say anything good. Republican Fire Chief Gary Brandon was just caught with large amounts of child sexual abuse. Stop calling it child porn. It's child sex abuse material. In West Virginia, the maximum punishment for distributing child sex abuse material is only 5 years. That's fucking insane, dude. 5 years for distributing child sex abuse material. That's fucking insane. A man named Republican of the Year sodomized and raped children. He was just killed in prison. This is apparently my commentary pushes people to support this. It boils down to their hatred for rainbows and people's right to be gay. Trump is their vehicle for that bigotry. How's the condition of the southern border? Santee, this isn't happening at the border. This is happening here in America. The border is you deflecting because you can't talk about this. Because this is your people. These are your people, Santee. You want to talk about the border because you can't bring yourself to condemn this. And the fact that you can't bring yourself to condemn this shows what I've been saying all along. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. All Republicans are pedophiles. All Republicans are in the Epstein files. All right, you're in timeout. Fuck off, pedophile. Stick lacks accountability for his own poor decisions. Yeah, that tracks. Again, Santee, this is not happening at the border. A Republican councilman, this is not at the border. This is here in America. A Republican councilman molested at least 2 children, one as young as 7 years old. He has been sentenced to 45 years. Republicans? Yeah. Why do you even care about the border? Immigrants work harder than most natural-born Americans. True fact, Dirty Dingus. Also, immigrants are more likely to be less likely to have any crimes on their record, and they are more likely to start businesses than regular people born in this country. Idiot VNK says, hey, bro, what have I missed? Brother, a lot. Stick B30, no kitty life. I have been accountable my whole life. Stick B30, you still can't talk about this. I've asked you directly. This is why you keep going on mute, dude. You're going on mute for 24 hours this time. Because you guys can't talk. You can't talk. When you're asked direct questions, you don't talk about it. You don't get to come into my fucking stream, run your fucking mouth, or I guess in this case, your little tiny bitch fingertips, your Nazi little fingertips with your fucking SS tattoos on your knuckles. You don't get to do that shit in my chat. And then when asked direct questions on if you can condemn pedophiles, you don't do it. That's why I say, wait for it. All Republicans are pedophiles. Every one of them's in the Epstein files. And speaking of pedophiles and Republicans, let's talk about Texas. Big shift in Texas. UT poll shows Tallarico going from +8 in April to -1 now. That's fucking insane. Why? Paxton consolidated the GOP. We'll come back to that. In April, Paxton got 63% of GOP voters, with 10% going to Tallarico. Now Paxton gets 84% with 5 for Tallarico. Tallarico still leads big with indies. Think about this for a moment. This comes after all the news of Ken Paxton releasing a pedophile early from jail. So Republicans saw that story, and not only did they, maybe they don't want to support Tallarico. Okay, fine, party loyalty, whatever. They couldn't even bring themselves to sit this one out. They saw that Ken Paxton is a pedopal, and they're like, that's my guy. Ken Paxton, making sure that people like Republicans are not on a sex offender registry list. I want him not living next to my family, but I'm glad Ken Paxton's doing it. This is the kind of shit that I can't stand. Blood pressure, my man. Remember to breathe. Don't tell me what to do, Kyle! MAGA and AIDS are the same. Whoa! Whoa, the JR. Whoa! Whoa! First comment, you come in that hot? Holy shit, brother. I mean, look. That's a lot. I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's a lot. The hypocrisy is so astounding, truly. Yeah. Considering that Trump has been running on pedophilia being a problem in the Democrat side since 2016, and the Democrats still won't run on it. They still won't talk about it. I swear to God, we're going to get some fucking schmuck like Newsom or from some fucking centrist hack like Pritzker, and they're going to talk about kitchen table issues while Donald Trump is like, they're all pedophiles. Every single one of them are pedophiles. And they're not going to have anything to counter. You can't just let that fucking slide. That narrative is going to sit. You have to fucking say something. Speaking of Trump, the molester-in-chief, Stat News is reporting that Eli Lilly and the FDA let one person access a powerful new weight loss drug through FDA's compassionate use program, which is reserved for people with serious and immediately life-threatening conditions. That one person is believed to be Trump. The guy won't take a COVID vaccine. He doesn't want people to have vaccines for polio or measles or any of this other stuff that's been in the medical literature for decades. Doesn't want any of that, but he'll take a powerful new weight loss drug that's just borderline experimental, and he'll take it on a whim. Wait till we see him, you know how he's obviously fat and overweight now? Wait until we see him at the podium and he's just a fucking skeleton. He's just in an oversized suit. Nothing fits. He looks like 3 kids in a trench coat trying to get into a movie theater. I can't wait to see that. Wakanda Lisa Raz says, it's ma'am. It's ma'am. Is that a Cartman impression? I don't get it. So, speaking of pedophiles, Elon Musk is having an absolute meltdown. Ask yourself why the world's richest man is amplifying an anti-Muslim thug and convicted criminal in the UK just days after an alleged anti-Muslim terror attack in the UK, which Musk hasn't mentioned, let alone condemned. The pro-police party, right? Heartbreaking and senseless. Montreal police officer constable Mohamed Lamine Benredouane, or Benredouane maybe, he's French, was killed in line of duty while trying to protect innocent people from a killer who was allegedly radicalized to hate women linked to a violent incel manifesto. This is the Republican crime party. This is their people. Because this violent incel manifesto is going to contain all of the same fucking talking points that we saw from all of the mass shooters, all the neo-Nazi terrorists here that shoot up places like black churches, black supermarkets, all that shoot up mosques. All these Republican terrorist pedophiles say the same shit. And you know who's telling them to say it? Donald Trump, and he's making them think it because he's saying it every single day, and it's regurgitated and pushed out by right-wing media, by their pundits, by their people on the ground, by their fucking people in Congress, and it filters through, and it creates this violent, radical agenda, and people go and do shit like this. And this is also why I am not going to condemn the Prairieland 7, because we don't hear anyone condemning this. This never goes anywhere else. When they're asked to condemn this, Republicans never. They deflect. They're never held to account because journalists in this country absolutely fucking suck. They never, ever talk about it. The weight loss drug won't help the congestive heart failure water weight. That seems like a recipe for disaster, too, because, like, yeah, if he takes that, that's going to have a drastic effect on the congestive heart failure issues. J.G. Coleman, 616, welcome. The average American to oppose MAGA shouldn't even be political. Human decency shouldn't be self-evident, but it's not. Stanley says, wow, what's EJJR stand for? It's my name. You're welcome. Should be. I'm pro-gun. You have to protect yourself from MAGA assholes. Yeah, Dirty Dingus, I have 3 guns, and I'm never giving them up, and I'm going to go buy more guns and more fucking weapons. Stanley664U says, Pikin neo-Nazi pedophiles? Pedwaffles? What? Pundit-coded vocabulary here, music. Stanley, are you okay, dude? Are you having... Did you fall asleep on your keyboard? None of the shit you're typing makes sense. But Trump is a pedophile, so maybe that's breaking your brain? I don't know. The fascists needed to moralize their cult by sticking their pedo shit in their faces. If only we had the Democrats that were as vicious as Republicans claim they are. Very little attention in UK media thus far to this story. Low prominence, few details of injuries, who the victims are, where they were when the attacks took place, community reaction. Yeah, every time a Muslim does something even remotely terrible, or just remotely bad, not even terrible, the entire Muslim community is told to denounce it. Why are we not going up to white UK people saying, do you condemn this? Do you condemn this? Do you condemn this? Stanley says, your language, sis. My language? Oh, I see. You're quoting me because I'm calling you a pedophile because you're a Trump supporter. Got it. Yeah, I stand by all of that. You're a pedophile, and Trump is a pedophile, and none of you should be in polite society. You should all be in jail. You're welcome, bitch. So on another note, dear Lisa is running in New York City, and she's a candidate that Hassan Piker has backed. She's pretty far to the left. Great platform, great candidate. She's now getting unhinged attacks from her candidate, who, by the way, is a Democrat. The Democrats, boy, they fight harder against the left than they do against the right. The reason they never fight back against the right is because they're too busy punching left. Every single time, it never ceases to fail. So this is the kind of harassment that she's getting on a daily basis. So this is because she is anti-Israel and against the genocide in Gaza. I will say this. I do agree it's unhinged. I do agree it's harassment. But at the end of the day, look, it's a First Amendment right to confront politicians. I'm trying to think of it with the flip side. And don't get me wrong. I know that these people are, that's why I said I agree. They are fucking unhinged. These Zionist pedophile supporters are total creeps. I don't know why I'm pointing at this lady. I don't even know which side she's on. But the guy with the camera, where's that guy? Yeah, this guy, absolute unhinged Zionist freak, is clearly crazy, and looks like he was blocking traffic. So that's where you start getting into some problems there. But we should be confronting our elected officials. We should be disrupting them and making sure they can't have a peaceful life if they're going to be in favor of genocide. Here is where the flip side comes in. This guy is mad because she's against genocide, right? We're mad because they're in favor of genocide. And I don't know if this has gotten lost because it's the year of our Cthulhu, 2026. But genocide is bad, and it's good to be against genocide. So that's why, yes, this is fucking unhinged. This is not someone going out here and saying, hey, you're against Medicare for all. Hey, you took bribes from a corporation. This is not that kind of confrontation. This is a Zionist pig out here trying to discourage someone from being anti-genocide, and it's disgusting. And apparently it happened. There's another. Oh, this is the same video just from. Oh, this is the same tweet. I pulled it up twice, so there's that. I'd love to see JFK Jr. transport today's political climate, see what would happen. A lot of these MAGA idiots apparently like him, and they don't even know he was liberal. Yeah, they would lose their shit over JFK's platform. Stanley says, so you Muslim or just an imbecile? Stanley, you're a fucking pedophile, dude. Being a Muslim or an imbecile is literally better than being a pedophile like you. You understand that, right? No, of course you don't understand that. That's why you're triggered in my chat and not shutting the fuck up and learning a thing or two from what I'm quoting. Then I saw what they did to Palestine. Muslim did not even hard to spell. Yeah, they misspelled Muslim. They were doing the Moose-lambs! Moose-lamb! They were doing that shit. What is the green stripe for in the flag behind you? I have no idea. It's part of the. It's just part of the flag. It's part of the pride flag. Hey everybody, this guy is against genocide. Holy shit, elect him king of the world. Thank you, Zarathustra! And clearly by your non-condescending language, I can definitely tell that you are not a Zionist pig, right? You're totally against genocide. You definitely don't support Israel raping the children in Gaza in prison, right? You definitely are against that, aren't you, Zara? You're not condescending at all. Genocide and pedophilia is bad. Get it, MAGA? Yeah, this shouldn't be... This is not a difficult concept. It's really not. Where was I? Fuck! I really got to figure out a better layout, rather. Here we go. So, meanwhile, in other news of terrible shit that's happening, Madison Square Garden is keeping track of people that criticize them. Buried within a trove of hacked documents from Madison Square Garden, the folks at 404 Media found the company was keeping files on activists that criticized their use of facial recognition. New from 404 Media, Madison Square Garden made a dossier on activists who have opposed the venue's facial recognition program. MSG scans faces of people so some can be arbitrarily denied entry. Dossier included specific activists, their contact info, tweets, etc. This is the most snowflakiest of snowflake big business bullshit right here. These big business guys who love to think of themselves as titans of industry, champion of the world. They can conquer anything. They got fuck you money and they're ready to spend it. But don't come in here if you're mean to us. Don't do it. We can't take it. It's just... I crawl in bed and I think about how upset I am that people don't like me having an autonomous surveillance state and contributing to a fascism in America. I just can't take it that people think that of me. It's so fucking pathetic. It's just absolute victim blaming. The fucking small dick energy from these business people is insane. Absolute micrococks to be triggered by people. Like, look at, do you know how big Madison Square Garden is? Do you know how much fucking money you have to have any kind of an ownership stake in Madison Square Garden or to even do business with Madison Square Garden? And you're triggered because a couple people say tweets about you? You are a fucking loser. There's thousands of nerve endings in the clitoris, and none of them are as sensitive as a rich white businessman. I never thought I would hear myself say I miss Bush days when Colts rampantly ran unchecked. Did not miss the Bush days. Yeah, I get it. It's a common sentiment, but look, everything is rose-colored glasses when it's viewed in the past, right? And Bush was not things were not good under Bush. Anyway, moving right along, let's see some funny shit. Maybe. Maybe? Oh, yeah. Scare edits. I love this shit. She did the T-Rex! Not gonna lie, if I saw this, I'm throwing hands. I keep weapons by the side of my bed. I'm ready to... Someone's getting stabbed or shot. You don't do this to me. Don't do that shit to me. Oh, come on. Something's up with my... I don't know what's going on here. I bet this guy hates smaller average cocks. It's BBC or nothing for my guy over here, says Madam Priest. I love how I'm talking about limp dick businessmen, and the first thing you get triggered by is the size of the dick, and not the fact that these people have fuck you money and never actually say fuck you. They just cry in the fetal position. You guys are fucking pathetic. You guys are just the weakest. My God. You guys could not lift the fucking newspaper off of the street. Oh, Robespierre, the mega pedophile himself, is back. Adam Holocauston says, yeah, that's gay. Yeah, well, you're a Nazi, so maybe find a way to go onto a high building and test gravity since you don't believe in science. And you're a Nazi, so no love lost there. I cannot keep up with this chat. Holy shit. So I'm sorry about jumping to conclusions, but I have a question. Yeah, I'm sure this is asked in good faith. Go ahead, dude. I'm sure you're going to ask your question in good faith, and it's legitimate. Oh, my God. I cannot keep up with this. What is going on this Tuesday? Quit molesting children. Now that you know, please stop. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I keep telling them, Dirty Dingus. They never listen. They never listen. What? Why? I just want to watch my Instagrams. I really don't know. Okay, let's try this. Let's open up a new browser. Close this one. I knew it. Dutton Outdoors. You're such a fucking idiot. You're talking about all this shit about pedos and racists. What about the flag? Hey, Dutton Outdoors. Who is mentioned more times in the Epstein files? Donald Trump or the pride flag? Go ahead, Dutton. Go ahead, Dutton. Answer the question, Dutton. Answer it. Come on, buddy. Come on, come on. Come on, come on, good boy. Come on. Good boy, Duttons. Okay, Donald Trump. So why in the fuck would you equate this flag with pedophilia and not Donald Trump? That says more about you because you're a fucking bigot. You're a bigot that would rather hate on gay people who are just trying to live their lives than you would on the person who's currently the most powerful person in the United States government who rapes children actively. You understand that? You're a bigot, but you have no problem with a pedophile running the government. But you have a problem with a flag. You see the problem? You see the problem, dude. He hates freedom. Yeah. Freedom! Because what does he have anything about the flag, honestly? You're asking a question about pedophiles. And your first question when it comes to pedophiles is not the Epstein files and the people in the Epstein files. Your question is about this flag. Because you are not interested in pedophilia. You are interested in spreading your bigotry. You're a disgusting, evil, Nazi, vile human being, and you're out of my chat. Bye-bye. I'm not going to sit here and debate the existence of trans people. They exist. I would not debate the existence of Muslims. I would not debate the existence of black people. I would not debate the existence of Jewish people. They exist. They live. They're here, and they belong, and they deserve to be here unless they do something bad. Trump is an evil Nazi pedophile who has no place in polite society and should be jailed. That's the fucking difference. You're obsessed with an inanimate object. These people get more... It says everything you need to know about them, that they get more triggered over this flag than they do about Trump being in the Epstein files. I don't think I can watch the funny videos. One, I'm out of time, and two, it's not working. Yeah, it's 6:20. All right, I gotta go. Dirty Dingus, as always, Kitty Lifestyle, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I think you guys have subbed, but if you have not, please make sure to sub. Let's see. Necris9, thank you for being here and being supportive as well. Please sub to my YouTube as well. Thank you, Dirty Dingus. Always appreciate it. Yes, we got a sub. I'll be back on at 5 o'clock again tomorrow. Always a pleasure having you guys in the chat. Thank you so much. I gotta go because I gotta walk the dog.